Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts. We'd also like to thank our local sponsors who make these live athletic streams possible. I'm Terry Ross coming to you with Mikkel coming to you live from Grants Pass High School in Grants Pass, Oregon. This is the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week as we get set for this matchup between West Salem and Grants Pass softball action as we watch the Lady Cavers tonight. Coverage today is brought to you by Table Rock Sports, Oregon's leading provider of live high school athletic streams, and it's through our Lithia Superstore Game Center at TableRockSports.net. We'd like to thank all of you that are watching today's game. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know that you appreciate their support. We also invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd like to say thank you to the over, I believe it's 4,900 fans who have already done that. It's time for the Abby's Pizza pregame show with locations to serve you throughout Southern Oregon. You can make Abby's Pizza your post-game stop. With a menu that covers all your family favorites, Abby's is an Oregon post-game tradition since the 1970s. We'll see you after the game at Abby's. Let's talk in just a moment about this game. This is a pretty big one as the West Salem Titans come into this contest ranked 6th by the OSAA. And the Grants Pass Lady Cavers are 9th. What's interesting here is not necessarily the batting. Well, they got batting here, too. You've got, let me see if I can find the name again. Here in the home runs, they've got Courtney Gills from West Salem, who has 6 home runs and 26 RBIs. Out on the mound, though, is Lucy Duvall, who has 97 strikeouts at 82 and 2/3 innings. They're introducing the starting lineups right now. The Lady Cavers come into this, though, on a 2-game winning streak. They lost the first one of that 3-game set to South Medford and then came roaring back to win the next 2. And so they're in pretty good shape here conference-wise. They're 5-4, 10-5 overall. So we'll see if they can get it done here today against some top-notch competition called the West Salem Titans, as they're going to introduce the whole roster, as they've got their work cut out for them today do the Lady Cavers against this West Salem team. And of course, anytime you get this deep into the season and you're looking at being ranked even in the top 10, you're starting to think about the possibilities of playoffs. Not the coaches, but at least the fans and the media. Think about the possibilities of playoffs and what that might mean. And in particular, it seems like if you can get yourself into the top 8 or so by the time the rankings freeze, you have a decent chance of making a run for the state title. The Lady Cavers just outside that right now, but that doesn't mean that they can't get there. We'll give you the lineup here for the Lady Cavers. We missed West Salem because we were talking. So Jordan Humphreys is out there. Avonlea Dibdall will be batting second. Batting third is Cadence Morales. Batting cleanup, Mia Avalos Reyes.
Starting on the mound for the Cavers, number 9,
Brooklyn Kuykendall will be your pitcher today. She's a left-hander. Left field, McKenna Bassett, the freshman.
Maddie Montahano.
And out at shortstop, Madison Montahano, who's a senior. And out there goes Harlow Cox, a freshman. And behind the plate, Sabina Provault.
In center field, number 11, Jaden Humphreys.
And Jaden Humphreys.
Number 5, Audrey Sanchez.
Oh, now they're just getting everybody out there.
And at second base, number 4, Haley Yonser.
So
the Cavers are coached by Kurt Green.
What we're going to do is say that this has been the Abby's Pizza pregame show. They have locations to serve you throughout Southern Oregon, so you can make Abby's your post-game stop. They have a menu that covers all your family favorites. Abby's is an Oregon post-game tradition since the 1970s. We'll see you after the game at Abby's. We're back with the start of the Lithia Superstore game right after this timeout.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you,
former athletes,
parents, and community members.
What it takes is attention to detail,
a positive attitude, and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
no ref, no game. Play ball.
Third base, Mike Paul.
All right, is that better? That's better. Oops. And we welcome you back to the Lithia Superstore game of the day here on TableRockSports.net. As I'm mumbling to myself there, we're about ready to get this one started. As we said, this is kind of a big-time game as both of these teams are highly ranked coming into this game. Both of them top 10 teams. Trying to get everything set up so it doesn't blow away on me while I'm not looking. Because sometimes that's what happens. You think you got a piece of information there in front of you on a piece of paper, and all of a sudden the paper is gone.
The West Salem Titans, number 9, Aubrey Peel.
So leading off for West Salem, Aubrey Peel. She will face Kuykendall. Not bad weather here. The last time I looked at the temperature was in the mid-70s, about 74 degrees. This is not going to work out. My camera guy is right there in front of me. And there's strike one. Well, we'll make it work for the moment. I may have to shuffle myself a bit. Long look by. That's popped up and out of play. And it'll take a second strike. There's ball one. 1-2. That misses. 2-2. And that's going to get out to right field underneath the
now batting number 17.
having a hard time getting my computer to want to or my iPad here to want to cooperate with me. So 1 on, and nobody out for West Salem. And it's going to go right out there to side. Oh, safe. And they strike, or the ball won. And it's a 2-1 count now. Kuykendall working quickly. And missing with that one, 3-1. There's a walk. And all of a sudden, first and second.
At the plate, number 11, Courtney Gills.
So Courtney Gill steps in and takes strike one. There's strike two. Courtney Gills, that's the one. She's got 6 home runs on the season, 26 RBIs so far. And she's up there with 2 on and nobody out. There's ball one, though. Kuykendall delivers. That's popped up. That's going out of play. Give me chase. And getting there, though, is going to be Sanchez. And advancing over to third base is Pell. Oh, 1 away. We get time as Pell is
at the plate. Number 1,
getting rid of her gloves. Trying to make sure she's okay after she slid into third base. She says she's fine. Well, here at the top of the first, with 1 away, West Salem is threatening. Sanchez chasing that down in foul territory down the right field line to get the first out. Here's Kuykendall facing, and Nunez bounces at the one out there. They're going to come home and score, and Pell's in. They got the out at first, but in doing so, they also allowed the run to score. 1-0.
Batting number 12, Casey Smith.
Pacey Smith at the plate for the Titans. That's ball one. Kuykendall working, not working quite as fast. That's down low. 2-0. Kuykendall, as you can see, the lefty out there. Ooh, took something off of that one. And having to hold his second base. We're now at 3-0. Parks standing down there at second base. And there's ball 4. Things get really dangerous. First and second. 1 out. And Lucy Duvall, the pitcher that we talked about, 80-plus strikeouts. It's going to send one right back to Clankendall. Clankendall get it over to first. And that will get them, I guess they got 2 outs there, get them out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the first as we do. It's a 1-0 lead for West Salem Titans on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
And I should put a scoreboard up for you, and I'm going to do that right now. I should have had that up earlier for you. We'll come back from the bottom of the first here on the Lithia Superstore game of the day. So Clankendall will lead things off. Brooklyn Clankendall takes ball 1. Ball 2. Probably the best thing they could do is get Duvall to walking people. Ball 3. Barely missed outside. Our vantage point, though, is right on the line of the batter's box, which should be outside. And there's a grounder right back to Duvall over the first one away as Nunez handles it easily.
Now batting, number 13, McKenna Bassett.
So McKenna Bassett out there to bat. And Bassett will take strike 1. And ball 1. Bassett plays left field. Her brother catches for the Cavemen's baseball team. Having himself a bit of a season. I believe he's also committed as a senior to go playing on to the college ball. There's strike 2. I believe he's going to O-line University or college, remember which it is, down by the Fremont area, though, in California. There's a foul tip. I looked at O-line, and I never did figure out whether it was a 4-year university or a 2-year college, but certainly qualifies as one of those, doesn't it? There's a good shot. That one was off of Duvall, and Bassett's going to be standing down at first base. Well, that was right off the foot of Duvall. Everybody will go out and check on Duvall.
At the plate.
Our bases were all good.
Batty, Montahano.
Yeah. So Madison Montahano at the plate as our PA guy catches up. Montahano, the shortstop for the Lady Cavers today. Duvall looks at the wristband. Strike one. Very low strike that time. So strike one. Duvall back. Foul tip. Oh, 2. That's fouled out of play. I'll stay at 0-2. Actually, didn't go out of play. Went off the screen behind home plate. They have screens everywhere now, and they're so high that the odds of the ball getting out of the park or getting on a foul ball are getting less and less. The liability that they don't want to take on. I don't blame them either. There's a shot. That's going to not get down. They're going to get the double play. So we'll head to the top of 2. It's a 1-0 lead on the John L. Scott scoreboard for the West Salem Titans. John L. Scott, they have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
That's the Lithia Superstore game of the night here on TableRockSports.net. Leading things off for West Salem, Vivian Nunez. Playing first base. She also pitches for the team. But out at first base today, facing Kleikendal, who throws strike one. And that's going to be right out to second base. Picked up and fire there. Jenser sends it over to Lohman. And there's one out.
Next batter for the Titans, number 6, Addison Lowry.
Out Addison Lowry will step in for the Titans. And ball one. Always interesting to watch softball. I do more baseball than I do softball. It's not that I mind doing softball. It's just that the way things work here at down low, Table Rock Sports. In fact, I'll be doing baseball Tuesday when the Cavemen take on the Sheldon Irish. Sheldon, boy, they've got baseball team has gotten hot. There's a pop up. Oh, nobody's going to get it. And safe at first is going to be Lowry. Lohman gave chase, backed off. Janser couldn't get there. Lowry will be credited with an infield hit
number 10,
on
Logan
that.
Goodpasture.
Logan Goodpasture. And sends that one right back to Lohman. Oh, gonna drop it. Tried to go to second base. Montejano was there and dropped it. Gonna have to go with an error. Absolutely.
At the plate, number 9,
plate was
Aubrey
there.
Peel.
Peel back up there. She's already got a hit at her first at bat. Now bounces up to the plate, but getting on it is Provolt. Of course, for softball, Sheldon will be here too. That'll be another big game for these Lady Cavers. There's a line right out to right field. Here coming around third is one. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. And scoring is Lowry. Getting over to third base is Goodpasture. And standing down at first base is Peel. And Peel is injured. Giving her a moment to walk it off here. Didn't see any particular injury or anything that would have caused an injury. I do have to admit that we were watching the run score. So
At the plate for the Titans, number 17,
Not
Kaylee
sure.
Parks.
Kaylee Parks. So Parks is back up there now. Parks walked her first time up. So all of a sudden, West Salem has first and third. Parks takes strike one. Goodpasture threatening to score. There's a strike two. Can't throw that down. Good backup that time. That one bounced away. But Montejano was there to make sure it didn't go anywhere so Goodpasture couldn't come in. I have it as a 1-2 count. The scoreboard's got 1-1. Guess we'll figure this out in a moment as to who's right. Swing and a miss. Scoreboard's right. It's now 1-2. Be a big out right here for the Lady Cavers. That's outside. 2-2. Oh, that just misses. Too high. 3-2. Kuykendall in danger of loading the bases. And by the way, Peel moved down to second base. There's a grounder. That's going to get all the way out there. Goodpasture scores. Here comes Peel. The throw goes to second base. And standing down at first is Parks with the 2 RBI single. 4-0.
At the plate, number 11,
In favor of West
Gill.
Salem. Gills, who can reach the fences. has one on. She's going to send this out there. Montejano cannot throw it. So the Gills down there at first base. And West Salem has first and second. Gills is the catcher, so they want to the courtesy runner. And
first base, number 3, Madison Allen.
Madison Allen
Number 1
is now running for West Salem. At the plate is Nunez. Has an RBI. That's low. But 0 for 1 on the day. Still only one out, though. There's the problem for the Lady Capers. There's a foul back. 1-1. And Nunez, the left fielder and the cleanup hitter, took a big swing at that one. Strike 2. There's a slow jump. No. Runner is out. Runner interference as Montejano was unable to even have a good chance at fielding that one. But with 2 out, that still leaves West Salem with first and second. I don't know if Nunez gets a hit on that or not.
Number 12, Casey Smith.
Smith, who walked the first time she was at the plate. Looks at ball 1. Still deciding what to do about Nunez. I think it has to go down as a hit. Let's see what they say. Fielder's choice. The 0-1 upstairs. They got 2-0 now. Strike 1. Smith trying to thinking about slapping at that one. She ran up in the batter's box, but it was a strike. That's a foul ball. Left field side, 2-2. So usually more of your slap type hitters in softball are usually in the 9 spot or the 1 spot, but here Smith is batting in the 5. And misses 3-2. So once again, even though there's 2 outs, Lady Cavers in danger of loading the bases. Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. That's one way to do it. To the bottom of the second we go. And on the John L. Scott scoreboard, it's a 4-0 lead for the West Salem Titans. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net. We start to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 4-0 lead for the West Salem Titans. Grant's pass went 1-2-3. Their first time at the plate. Had a hit, but West Salem was able to get a double play. There's a swing and a miss. And Duvall firing strikes. No strikeouts so far, but she's over 80. I believe it's 80, 82, something like that. One's down low, 1-1. There's a strike. 1-2. As I mentioned earlier, I guess, not everybody listens to every broadcast we do. But I was talking earlier, at least I was on a previous broadcast. And Mrs. way upstairs, 2-2. And here we are. We are less than a month away from, not by much, but less than a month away from when they will freeze the rankings. And there's a Nunez will handle that pop-up easily. There's one away. And of course, with the freezing of the rankings, and we kind of figure out who's going to be playing in the playoffs. Sabian Provolt, the catcher for the Lady Cavers at the plate. Strike one. So that's where it's at. Of course, you're going to spend the last, 4 weeks or so. Everybody's going to be maneuvering for playoff position. And misses ball one. And not only are you trying to do well in your conference and make sure you're one of the automatic qualifiers, but as coaches will tell you, you're also at this point going to begin playing against the rest of the state. There's strike two. Figure out where you fit in with the field, and whether you get to go up or down depends on what everybody in front of you and behind you does. So it's a little interesting here to keep track of the rankings. There's strike three. And we have two away.
At the plate, number 2.
Molly Lohman. First baseman for the Lady Cavers. By the way, that's the first strikeout for Duvall today. One would assume not the last. Lohman takes ball one. And ball two. I did make note that looking at the Grants Pass Lady Cavers schedule, they will close with Oregon City. That'll be after conference play, be one of the last games they're going to play for the season. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Oregon City is usually a good ball club. I have not looked to see what they're doing this year, but they're usually always in the title hunt. That's low. 3-1. The last few years that I've been up to Jane Sanders Stadium at the University of Oregon campus for the state title games, Oregon City's always sniffing around trying to win the title. That's low for ball four, and that will be a walk And I
Batting
would
for the
say
Capers, number 11, Jaden
that's the
Humphreys.
first walk given up by Duvall. Jordan Humphreys. Let's see what she can get done. There's strike one. Well, something got thrown onto the field. Kind of weird. Can't hear whether there's a foul. 0-2. Whether the I'll watch the West Salem coach. Can't tell if he's shouting out the play or using signals. Not sure how they're doing it. He didn't do anything that time. That misses. Down low. 1-2. A lot of the schools, a lot of teams have went away from the signals that us older people are used to. That one fouled back. Used to watch them, rub their arm, pinch their nose, flop their ears, wiggle their eyebrows, and all that stuff. And, well, somehow supposed to figure out what that one meant. But now they kind of go to a number system. Give them 3 numbers. There's a grounder out to third. It's going to get past Lowry. I'll allow everybody to be safe. That'll go down as an error. No question about that.
Now batting, number 5, Audrey Sanchez.
That'll be the first error. And ball 1. That's the way Duvall get things started with Audrey Sanchez. And a foul. 1-1. Strike 2. The West Salem team probably has more players out there on the field with a mask than I've seen in quite a while. Generally speaking, here comes the 1-2 outside. 2-2. Generally speaking, it's the 2 on the corner, the first baseman, third baseman, and the pitcher that wear them out there in the infield. But Kuykendall does not wear one, and I don't believe Lohman wears one. There's a pop-up, out of play. We'll stay at 2-2. So this usually you don't just, these days they're kind of getting away from using those protective masks, but West Salem has them strapped on. There's one to short, trying to get it there. They get it finally. Trying to get Lohman, tried to tag it, couldn't. Eventually, just threw it to third base. Peel turning it over to Lowry. We head to the top of the third. It's still a 4-0 lead for the West Salem Titans on the John L. Scott scoreboard, with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as the fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning...
Number 14, Lucy Duvall.
Duvall leads things off for the Titans here on the Lithia Superstore game of the day and hits that one right over to third base. Get it over to Lohman. One away, one pitch. That's one way to get it done. Cox handling that one easily. Nunez, who has already been up there twice, has 1 RBI, but is 0 for 1. And takes ball 1. That misses. 2-0. Ooh, that was headed right for the West Salem dugout. I was going to say Smith is on deck, but not necessarily. It's number 6 standing there. Addison Lowry. That's because looking at the wrong Nunez at the plate. We have a 2-2 count, by the way. There's 2 Nunez's on the team. This is the third first baseman, Nunez. It's going to be sent out to right field, and handling that is Sanchez. 2 away. A couple of Nunez's playing for
Number 6,
West Salem.
Addison Lowry.
Lowry. She's 0 for 1, but did just score 1 of the runs and take strike 1. The 0-1 fouled away. 0-2. Oh, ball 1. 1-2. Down low, 2-2. Out of play. That one did get over the netting. Out towards the trees. Short of the car lot. At least we didn't hear anybody yelling and cringing. There's a good shot. That's going to get up to center field where Humphreys will get it back in. And just like that, they've got another one on. For the Titans. Even though there's 2 outs, still hitting. Goodpaster.
At the plate, number 10, Logan Goodpaster.
Playing DH today. For Mahi, who's out in right field. There's ball 1. They don't call it the designated hitter. They call it the DP, designated player. And that swung on. That's going to get all the way to the fence. Coming around third and into third. Staying right there is Lowry. Getting into second base is Goodpaster. About another 2 feet, and that was over the fence.
At the plate, number 9.
Announced first and second with 2 out. That brings up Peel, who is 2 for 2, that has an RBI. And ball 1. So just look like maybe the Lady Cavers would not give up any runs this inning. They're in danger of doing so, although they do have 2 out. Kleinkendall misses. Ball 2. I've got the umpire, but I think he's okay. Bounced up off the ground and hit him in the face mask, but not a problem there. And that's going to get out to Montejao, or not to Montejao, but Janser. And Janser will throw it over to Lohman, and that will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the third as we do. It's a 4-0 lead for the West Salem Titans on the John L. Scott scoreboard, with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. It's the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net.
Leading off for the Cavers in the bottom half of the third.
4-0 lead for the West Salem Titans as we're in the bottom of the third inning. And Lucy Duvall living up to her reputation as a pitcher. So far, she's faced 8 batters, throwing 38 pitches, 25 of them strikes. And that's ball 1. And she's only struck out 1 and walked 1. At the plate, by the way, is Janser for the Lady Cavers. And that goes 2-0. Punt up in the air and grabbing it, Gills. 1 away.
Now batting for the Cavers, number 9, Brooklyn Kuykendall.
Kuykendall at the plate. Lady Cavers need base runners. 1 hit so far today. That's strike 1. Kuykendall will send that right over to third. No, I'm not going to get her. Lowry's throw was low. And Nunez, to get the right Nunez, we don't want to. Vivian Nunez was unable to handle that. They chalked that up as the second error. Bassett at the plate. Doesn't really make any difference to the Lady Cavers how you get there. There's a swing and a miss. We're at 1-1. Right now, all the Lady Cavers care about is getting some people on base. More importantly, get him around to home. That's upstairs. Throw back. Kuykendall is back. That was ball 2. Foul. Woo. Right into the dugout, Bassett. It's got a look right on her face like, whoa, didn't mean that. I mean, that went right over the coaches' heads, right where they were sitting. Whoa, Nelly. Don't want to get hit with a softball, I can tell you that. That's down low. 3-2. Bassett needs a hit here to keep things going. Pop that one back. We're still at 3-2. Have a cool breeze blowing here, but it'll blow all of our papers away. I'll find some paperweights. Fouled again. 3-2. Bassett looking to punch it somewhere. Foul again. Three and two. Making Duvall work anyway. 50 pitches so far by Duvall. We're in the bottom of the third. Another foul. They'll know that pitch count means as much softball as it does in baseball. See these pitchers go 110, 120 pitches. There's a swing and a miss, but it's dropped by the catcher. Fire down to second base. Got her. Kuykendall got just a little too far off the bag. They threw it back on her and got her. We head to the top of the fourth as we do. On the John L. Scott scoreboard, it's West Salem 4. Grants Pass nothing. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
And we'll welcome you back to the Lithia Superstore game of the day here on TableRockSports.net.
For the Titans, number 17.
Leading things off for West Salem will be Parks. She's had one official at bat anyway. She walked, has a hit, a couple of RBIs. And takes strike one. The 0-1 is going to get out to center field. Grabbed there by Humphreys. Standing over at first base with nobody out is Parks. That brings up the dangerous Gills.
At the plate, number 11, Courtney Gills.
Courtney Gills, one of the state leaders in RBIs. Also one of the state leaders in home runs. Takes strike one. But so far has been really kind of limited. She's 1 for 2. She does have a hit. But no RBIs, no home runs so far in this game. Strike two, down to second base goes Parks. And is in pretty easily. Provolt firing it down there, but a little too late. And gets a little way, but Provolt keeps out in front of her. 1-2. The 1-2 outside. 2-2. The other thing I'm always amazed at when it comes to softball games, because I don't get to do that many of them over the course of a year. Ooh, there Gills sends one all the way out to the fence. Here comes Park rounding third. She'll score. Gills steams into second base with the stand-up double, and it's a 5-0 ball game in favor of West Salem. And they'll bring the courtesy runner in for her.
Batting, number 1, Olivia Nunez.
And that courtesy runner will once again be Madison Allen. So Olivia Nunez, the left fielder, at the plate. And ball one. Olivia Nunez is a senior. Her sister, Vivian Nunez, is a sophomore. Ball two. So after the Lady Cavers managed to keep the Titans off the board in the third inning, here they score again. They scored in the first, second. And that's another one. It's fair ball. And they're going to send Gills in. And Gills is in. There in the second. Safe is Nunez. 6-0. The Titans scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second. Now they've scored 2 here in the fourth.
For the Titans, Number 12, Casey Smith.
Smith, who's 0 for 1, struck out and walked, and takes ball 1. There's nobody out yet. Strike 1. Ooh, that's off the bat. Foul ball? No. They're allowing the advance to third. Ball 2, they say, was off the glove of Provolt. Boy, it sure looked like it went off the bat. So the 6-0 lead and nobody out. Provolt wanted to word with Kuykendall of a 2-1 count. Misses 3-1. All kinds of trouble here. Olivia Nunez over at third base. Ball 4. I gets first and third as Smith walks. Duvall at the plate. First and third, nobody out. Down low, going to second base. They're going to cut that one off. The throw down is Smith. Moved to second base, but Janser wisely cut that one off, or Olivia Nunez would have just walked in. Strike 1. 1-1.
At the plate, number 14, Lucy Duvall.
Duvall looking to punch one somewhere, as her teammates have done so far in this inning. She does too. That's going to get out there. That scores Nunez. Coming around third and scoring it is going to be Smith. And down at first base is Duvall. A 2-run single. 8-0. Now what do we have? We have a conference of some kind. Coach Jamie Yaney talking to Vivian Nunez, who's playing first base. Everybody's at a conference. West Salem coach down on first base protesting something. Don't know that he's going to win. Not looking good. And now Coach Yaney wants to talk about something. Maybe make a running change here. Nope, not going to do that either.
Now batting for the Titans, number 32, Viviana Nunez. Courtesy runner on first base, Brooklyn Knight.
Oh, Brooklyn Knight is on first base for West Salem. Courtesy runner. There's strike 1. You can courtesy run for the pitcher and the catcher in softball, and you can in baseball too, here at the high school level. There's a pop. That's going to get down. And getting all the way to second base is going to be Knight. Knight will hold on right there. And Vivian Nunez stands down at first base, first and second, and nobody out. Lowry,
Addison Lowry,
who's 1 for 2 on the day. She has scored a run. Has a single for her hit. There's ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Grants Pass desperately needs an out at this point. Strike 2. Getting close to finding yourself in real difficulty here. And there's a dribbler. Clank. No, foul ball. Foul ball. 1-2. Klankendall was all over it. Don't know if she would have won, but she was there. So Lowry still at the plate. 1-2. There's a bouncer to third, over to first. They got the one as Cox gets that over to Lohman. But it does advance the runners to second and third. And one away.
Logan Goodpasture.
Goodpasture, who is 1 for 2, has a hit. She scored a run. And looks at ball 1. Popped up. Nobody. Yes, Montejano gets to it. She chased that down. It looked like nobody was going to get that one. It was going to make it down, but Montejano chasing that one down from her shortstop position. 2 away.
Now batting, number 9, Aubrey Steele.
Peel. 2 for 3. Take strike 1. Trying to find out Peel with a couple of singles for her 2 for 3. There's strike 2. She has an RBI. She scored a couple of runs. 0-2. And that's lined right to Lohman. Lohman steps on the bag. And that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's a big lead right now for the West Salem Titans. 8-0 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore game of the day. Trying to catch up with the change that is being made. So Haley Jane Bondog is now at third base, replacing Lowry. Montejano takes strike one as she leads off things here in the bottom of the fourth for the Lady Cavers. And ball two, or ball one, 1-1. But the way the scoring is went, Grants Pass needs to put some runs on the board this inning. Otherwise, this might get shortened pretty quick here, depending on what happens in inning number 5. There's ball 3, or ball 2, 2-1. So Montejano needs to get things started against Duvall on the Titans. Strike 2. Duvall's only struck out 2, which is probably a little unusual for her. There's ball 2. And got ball 3, 3-2. So she managed to not strike out against Duvall. I suppose that's a good thing. West Salem 15-2 overall. Fouled away. 3-0 in their conference. That's something that's going to be interesting next year, because the conferences are not anywhere close to balanced. Some teams, like in baseball, if they do 3-game sets, are only going to play 6 conference games. There's strike 3 called. I'm not even sure how you figure that stuff out. Same thing with football. Some conferences have got four conference games, just like they do down here in Southern Oregon. Others of them are going to have 6 or 7. How do you solve all of this? Getting up there to bat right now is Cox. And she'll swing and miss at the first offer ring from Duvall. I don't know. It's going to end up playing the whole state more than you're going to end up playing your conference, I'm afraid. Strike 2. But we'll get all that sorted out over the summer. I'll worry about it next fall when the fall comes, which I realize is quickly approaching, but still, we'll figure it out then. When you get a little more information. Strike 3 called. For one thing, the championships committee is still meeting and trying to work some of these things out. Provolt will step in. Provolt 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. She struck out her first time up, or at least her one and only official at bat. There's strike 2. And now all of a sudden Duvall's looking more like you'd probably expect a leader among the state in strikeouts to look. She's got 4 strikeouts, on the verge of getting number 5. There it is. And we head to the top of the 5th inning. As we do, it's West Salem 8, Grants Pass nothing on the John L. Scott scoreboard, with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever. Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Cali Parks.
It's the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. We're in the top of 5. West Salem has an 8-0 lead. They've scored in every inning except the third. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the fourth. Third inning was a 0, but that's been the only inning as they put up lots and lots of runs. Parks will lead off this. And she'll send this out to right field, but getting underneath that is Molly. There's Mahi. So there's one away on one pitch. Gills.
Now batting, number 11, Courtney Gills.
She's 2 for 3 on the day. There's ball 1. A couple of singles, I believe. Oh, she's had a double and a single. There's strike 1. Gills also has an RBI and scored a run herself. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on out to center field. That's going to get over all the way to the wall. Gills is heading to second base and will be there with a stand-up double. Humphreys right over the top of her head, right off the wall. Which is about all that Humphreys could do with it. Is just wait for it to bounce off the wall and get it back in, which is what she did. And that'll bring out
number 3, Madison
Allen
second base.
to run.
Number 1, Olivia Nunez.
So Olivia Nunez at the plate. She's 1 for 3. There's ball 1. Way, way, way high from Kleikendall. Bring it down much lower though, and Nunez is going to take care of it. It does. There's Montejano. Fired over to first. Safe. Montejano slipped just enough on that, trying to field that. And as was pulling her away towards the third baseline, she just couldn't turn around after slipping and get enough on it to get the out.
Batting number 12, Casey Smith.
Smith will look at ball 1. All of a sudden, West Salem is threatening again. Here they are. They've got 13 hits on the day. There's ball 2. But they're threatening to score more runs. Swing and a miss that time. 2-1. Smith looking to send it down that right field line. That's way high. 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Hop straight up. Montejano has it for the second out. Everybody hold.
Batting, number 14, Lucy Duvall.
Duvall. Let's see if she can't keep things going. 1 for 3. That's going to go right to the third baseman, Cox, who will step on the base, and we move to the bottom of the 5th. As we do, it's still an 8-run lead for the West Salem Titans on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore game of the night here on TableRockSports.net. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and Lomas will lead things off. Sanchez actually will lead things. No, had it right the first time. Read the wrong number. Loman will lead it off. And she'll take strike 1 from Duvall. Loman, the first baseman. That's fouled away. 0-2. That's low. 1-2. Two and two. And that's fouled off. We'll stay at 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that strikeout of Loman becomes the first out of the inning.
At the plate, number 11, Jaden Humphreys.
Humphreys, who is 0 for 1. Actually 0 for 0. Has not had an official at bat yet. Puts the bunt down, foul ball. Strike 1. Strike 2 called. I'd say Duvall, with her 6 strikeouts, is probably right about what one would think that she's averaging over 17 games and the number of strikeouts she has. There's strike 3 on a swing and a miss. 2 away. Somewhere between 6 and 7 strikeouts a game.
Number 5, Audrey Sanchez.
Sanchez, as the infield on the corners comes in. Takes ball 1. Strike 1. 1-1. That's low. 2-1. Lady Cavers need base runners. And there's a grounder out to short. Powell picks it up. Safe! Did not get it over to Nunez at first base on time.
Now batting number 4, Haley Yonser.
That's just a straight hit that time. Only the second one for the Lady Cavers. Janser, or Janser as they called it. Ball 1. I think it's Janser at the plate. Need more base runners, do the Lady Cavers. They got 2 outs in this inning. Gotta get some more on there. That misses. 2-0. Strike 1 called. The answer really wasn't offering much at that one. That's going to get to the second baseman, fired over to first. Safe! Bell could not get it there on time. And all of a sudden, there's 2 on. Sanchez down at second base. Janser over at first. Kuykendall. We'll see if she can keep this going. There are 2 away. There's a bouncer out to second that'll take Smith right to the bag, and that will end the inning. We head to the top of 6 as we do. It's an 8-run lead for the West Salem Titans on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
It's the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. And leading things off, Vivian Nunez for West Salem will send one foul. Strike one. Foul. 0-2. That's going to be out to center field, but Humphreys barely has to move to get that one. One away.
Now batting, number 19, Haley Bondog.
Third baseman, Haley Bondog, sends one right out to Montejano to first. Yes. Getting that over to Lohman quickly. At first base, there's two away.
At the plate, number 10, Logan Goodpasture.
So Goodpasture will see if she can get something going here. There's a foul. And caught, by the way. So we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. I was assuming that was going to go clear out of play, but not so much. We head at the bottom of the sixth. It's an 8-run lead for West Salem. On the John L. Scott scoreboard, offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. McKenna Bassett to lead off the bottom of the sixth on the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. 8-0 lead for West Salem. Foul. The Titans with 8 runs, 13 hits, couple of errors. Grants pass. No runs, 2 hits, and a couple of errors. There's ball one. 1-1. Ball 2. 2-1. Strike 2 call. 2-2. DeVol trying to close the door here, even though it's only the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a miss. And there is one away. That's the 8th strikeout.
Now batting number 14.
For DeVol.
Montejano.
Montejano. 0 for 2, struck out once, one of those 8 strikeouts. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1. Foul. 1-2. Montejano takes that one upstairs. 2-2. I always wonder when I come to a softball game, do they practice these cheers during the... That was foul. We'll stay at 2-2. They practice these cheers when they start the season. It's part of the opening 2 weeks. You got to get the cheers down too. I'd be in trouble. I don't know if I could remember them. Maybe if I did them often enough, I would get the idea. There's strike 3. 2 away.
At the plate for the Cavers, number 7, Harlow Cox.
9 strikeouts for Duvall. As Cox, who is 0 for 2, will try and see what she does. She's one of the strikeout victims, 1 of 9. There's ball 1. Ball 2, 2-0. The 2-0 from Duvall misses. 3-0. There's no 3-0. It's 2-1. The 2-1 from Duvall. Right to Nunez at first. And that'll end the inning. We head to the top of 7. It's an 8-0 lead at 4. West Salem on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Bottom half of the 6th, the score remains 8-0 in favor of West Salem.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Peel will lead things off in the top of the 7th for the West Salem Titans on the Lithia Superstore game of the day here on TableRockSports.net. Sends the first one foul. Peel back in there, looking at an 0-1. She's 2 for 4. That's fouled. 0-2. Two for 4 is what Peel is on the day. She scored a couple of runs, has an RBI. And since Bassett chased it down, I couldn't come up with it as it went off the fence. So the lead-off double here in the 7th.
Now batting, number 17, Callie Parks.
Parks, who's 2 for 3. She scored a run. Has a couple of hits. And they've got a rundown going on. Will they get anybody? They will. No, they won't. It gets away. They had Peel caught. And it got away. Couldn't quite lay the leather on Peel. So we'll start over again here with Parks at the plate. Ball 1. Oh, and 1-0. Excuse me, get this going the right way here. 1-0. That's swung on. It's sent out to left field. That one is gone. Home run for for Gillis. A 3-run shot for Gills.
Empties the bases.
That's one way to empty the bases.
Olivia Nunez.
It's 11-0. Grants Pass will get the chance to bat at the bottom of the 7th. At this point, Olivia Nunez, who is 2 for 4. Couple of hits. Fouls the first one off. She has a double and a single. Strike 2 called. 0-2. And bounces up. 1-2. That's going to be lifted out the center field. Humphreys will take it on a bounce. But standing over at first base is Olivia Nunez, and there's nobody out. Smith, who is 1 for 2, 0 for 2, excuse me. And that's going to be lined right back to second base. You're going to get the double play right there. Janser went up high to grab that one. That's one way to clear the bases and get a couple outs in the process. Got the line drive, fired it over to Lohman. Double play. Smith, nope, make that Duvall at the plate. Duvall takes ball 1. $122 pitches for Kuykendall. So Kuykendall is up there. And that's going to be sent out to center field. That's over Humphrey's head. That's off the wall, but not going to get far enough off of the wall that Duvall can advance. And again, Allen will come in and run. Nope, I'm wrong about that. Brooklyn Knight
Courtesy runner on
will run.
Is Brooklyn Knight, number 44. At the plate, number
The freshman.
42, Viviana Nunez.
And Vivian Nunez at the plate. Sends it foul. That one almost got a car. Came really close that time to getting a car. Not mine. There's ball one. I was going to park over there, but I didn't. So I maybe park where the ball probably can't get to it. There's a shot out into center field. That's going to advance Knight to second base. And standing down at first will be Vivian Nunez. But all of this with 2 outs now.
At the plate, number 19, Haley Bondog.
Bondog. Replacing Lowry at third base earlier in the game. That's fouled away. 0-1. Kuykendall. Strike 2 call. Looking now to get out of this. That's going to go all the way to the backstop. Everybody's going to advance. One and two. Bondog. Looking, swinging. Is it going to get by? It does. There's 1-run score. Here comes Nunez in to score. And it's a 2-run single for Bondog and a 13-0 lead for the West Salem Titans. Goodpaster.
At the plate, number 10, Logan Goodpaster.
Takes ball one. Put my scoreboard right. And that's going to go out to Montejano, who fires the first. And that will end the inning. But we go now to the bottom of 7. Grants Pass needs a lot of runs. They need a whole bunch of runs as they trail this one 13-0 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
In the bottom of the 7th, leading off for the Cavers, number 20, Sabian Provolt.
Provolt will lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers on the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day on TableRockSports.net. They've got some changes on the West Salem side. Guess we'll catch up with those as we go along. But right now, Provolt trying to get on base. There's ball one. Hit her. Don't forget ball one. Provolt's on base. That's one way to do it.
At the plate, number 2, Molly Lohman.
Lohman. Let's see what she can do here. 0 for 1. Duvall looks and then finally is ready to deliver. That's ball one. 1-0. So next week, starting Tuesday, the Lady Cavers will get back into conference action. Strike one. Taking on the Sheldon Irish, they will play a single game Tuesday and then head up to Eugene on Saturday for the doubleheader. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Strike 3 called. 1 away.
Now
1 on.
11, Jaden Humphreys.
Humphreys looking to move Provolt along. Ball one. Humphreys is 0 for 2. Ball 2. 2-0. Ball 3. And there's ball 4. Wow, a couple of runners. Let's see if West Salem.
At the plate, number 5, Audrey Sanchez.
Be no movement. Sanchez comes to the plate. 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Don't think Grants Pass will probably score 13 runs, but sure would be good for feeling's sake to at least get one on the board. There's a little dribbler, foul ball. 0-2. You want to hang around for the Know Your Role post-game show, which is coming up immediately following this game. Foul back. We're still at 0-2. 2 on, 1 away. Duvall and the Titans trying to close this one out. That's sent out to center field. That's going to get down, and that's going to get one run in. And scoring is Proval from second base. Well, still only have one out, and you can still have first and second. Humphreys out at second base, Sanchez at first. Janser at the plate takes ball 1. Let's see how much of a comeback the Lady Cavers can mount. Game's not over until it's over. Fouled away. Or at least that's what coaches try to convince me of. When I talk to them, it's like, gotta learn to play the game until it's over. Game's not over until it's over. Right now, Grass Pass holding on to that hope. The 1-1. Ball 2, I believe. I didn't hear a strike call. Yes, I was looking at the scoreboard for guidance before I did that. I didn't hear a strike call. The 2-1 from Duvall. Strike 2. 2-2. Jansen wants to hit it somewhere. 1 for 2 on the day. Foul that one back. You stay at 1-2. Janser with a single. That's foul. Still at 2-2. And that's going to get down the left field line. Here comes another run in. Humphreys from second base. And they still have first and second. And only one away.
Now batting for the Cavers, number 9,
Back
Brooklyn
to
Kuykendall.
Kuykendall. And Titans are going to meet out on the mound and talk this over just a little bit. Maybe things have gotten a little bit looser than they were hoping. Gather my book over here so we can remind you to stay tuned for the Know Your Role post-game show, which is coming up. Long discussion out there on that one. Kuykendall. We'll see if she can keep it going. Ball 1. I don't care what you say. If you they only scored another run, that would be huge to come back and say, well, we were down 13, but we certainly didn't quit. Strike 1. There's something to be said for that, especially when you go into the next game. And that's going to get down. That's going to get all the way to the fence as it's going to get by here. One run has gone. Here comes a second run and a third run. As getting down to second base is Kuykendall, Sanchez, and Janser both score. So now, I got too many runs going there. 13-4.
At the plate, number 13, McKenna Bassett.
Bassett will try to get in on the hit parade. Got to get Kuykendall out of there.
Courtesy runner heading toward second base, number 12, Jordan Humphreys.
So Jordan Humphreys will go out to be the courtesy runner. Her sister, Jaden, just scored. Bassett at the plate. There's still only one out. And again, you got a runner in scoring position. Not sure if the start to the game is too much to overcome, but there's strike one. Certainly is fun for the fans that are here to see this happening, though, in the bottom of the seventh. Ball one. There's a big old gap out there between center field and right field as the center fielder, Knight, is shaded way over into left center. Huge gap. Ball two. Don't know if Bassett can find it or not. But if she can, that ball's all the way to the fence. That'll score another run easily. Duvall delivers the 2-1. Strike two. 2-2. They're yelling it out. 0-1-0. That's what the play is. Ball three. 3-2. All right, let's see what Bassett could do. Duvall looking for the out. Bassett looking for the hit. Foul. We'll do it all over again. Fist bumps, or glove bumps in this case, all the way around there for the West Salem infield. Duvall ready. Ball four. That right? Yes. Bassett looked back and questioned. Thought maybe we'd all messed up the count. Now it's first and second. Things are starting to get real interesting. Montejano. And Montejano is 0 for 2. Ball one. Oh, we can make the game a lot of fun here by loading the bases, couldn't we? And all of a sudden, they say the old momentum shift. Fouled away. 1-1. Everybody's got it down. 1-4-2. Here we go. That goes all the way to the backstop. Everybody's going to advance a base. 2-1. I don't have pass balls and wild pitches over here. That's going to get down, but they're going to get out at first base, but another run will score. A little hopper out to Smith, who got it over to first on time. Another run scores.
Number 7, Harlow Cox.
Now, all of a sudden, it's a 13-5 game. There's ball one. Cox 0 for 3 today and has struck out. Foul ball. Foul ball. One and one. That's right back to Duvall, who throws it over to Nunez, and the game is over. It's a final here in Grants Pass.
That's your ball game, folks.
As the West Salem Titans come in here and take this one by a count of 13-5. We invite you to stay tuned for the Know Your Role post-game show. Visit travelmedford.org/knowyourrole to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better, and to learn about our sport ground where the West Coast comes to play. We'll recap this game when we return after this on the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Welcome back to the Know Your Role post-game show here on TableRockSports.net. Let's take a look at the recap here. West Salem got on the board in the first inning after Olivia Nunez grounded out, which scored one run, and then they extended their lead with 3 runs in the top of the second, thanks to singles by Aubrey Peel and Kaylee Parks. And then then the Titans went on a rampage and scored 5 runs on 6 hits in the top of the 7th. Courtney Gills homered out to left field. Trying to figure out what happened here. The way this worked was that Audrey Sanchez, no, that's not right. My thing moved on me. As Gills homered out to left field, that scored 3 runs. And then Haley Jane Bondog singled, and that scored a couple more runs. So that's the way they got most of their runs. The Grants Pass ended up scoring 5 runs on 3 hits in the bottom of the 7th as Audrey Sanchez singled. That scored a run. Haley Janser singled. That scored a run. Brooklyn Kuykendall doubled, scoring 2. And Madison Montejano grounded out, which scored a run. Kuykendall was in the circle for the Lady Cavers, and she gave up 19 hits and 13 runs, 7 earned over 7 innings, struck out 1 and walked 3. Lucy Duvall began the game for West Salem. She allowed 6 hits, 5 runs over 7 innings. She struck out 10 and walked 3. In the hitting department, Jenser and Sanchez were a force as they each collected 2 hits for Grants Pass. Kuykendall led in the RBI department for Grants Pass with 2 runs batted in. West Salem had 19 hits in the game. Gills drove the middle of the lineup with 4 runs batted in, as she went 4 for 5 on the day. And there were others that collected multiple hits for West Salem. So next up for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers is a game against Sheldon on Tuesday. And for those of you listening up in the Salem area, I apologize, I don't know who. Well, let me see if I can find it real fast, who you guys are going to play next. I think I can come up with that. I certainly can. On Monday, your West Salem Titans will be hosting the West Albany varsity, the West Albany Bulldogs. So that's kind of where things are at for both of those clubs. As West Salem now goes to 16-2 overall. Grants Pass falls to 10-6 overall. We would like to thank the Grants Pass High School for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net. You can visit TableRockSports.net to see when our next live high school sports events are scheduled, and there are more scheduled in addition to the one that there are Tuesday here at Grants Pass, both the softball and the baseball taking on Sheldon. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard: West Salem 13, Grants Pass 5. This has been a presentation at TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer is Joe Brett. With Mikkel, I'm Terry Ross saying thanks for watching and good night from Grants Pass High School in Grants Pass.